Welcome back to Popes and Pylons. Let's play some more Europa Universalis 4. We're playing as Genoa and we're going for a custom campaign this time. We're going for honest competition, and that has a whole bunch of rules, but the gist is that we have to make and keep Genoa the most powerful trade node in the world after 1500, and we're close but not there, and we're really not catching up at all. And we have to follow a set of rules how we go about that, and mainly we don't get to use any of this, no high seas trade or trade nodes related to it. There are other rules, but you can read all those down there in the video description. Or the doobly-doo, as some might say. Now, we have a few levers, not a lot of levers, but a few levers we could pull in a pinch to try and increase the Genoan trade power when we get close to 1500. One is we could use our boats to protect not the Genoan node where we make the money, but something like Valencia over here to steer more trade to ourselves. Valencia, Ragusa, Tunis, not that we're currently steering in Tunis, and all that. So that's certainly something we can do. We can bring our stupid factions in balance and get the traders to power for 10% extra global trade power. And I'm sure there are other buttons I can press for potential stuff. Is there a trade power person we can hire? I don't think so. It's a trade efficiency guy, yeah. But I don't think there's a trade power person we can hire. So that is not an option. Could of course spend a lot more money on boats, go over our force limit navally and do it that way. But we don't have to care for that for another 30 years, so it'll be fine. If we do get to take Ragusa to bring things back to our current campaign or what's currently going on, we do get to take this place, then things would actually be quite good. Because Ragusa is a powerful trade part of the trade in, well, obviously the good Ragusa node, and it would give me a foothold into the Ragusa node to eat, like maybe Herzegovina or somebody similar. These guys don't have any friends. It would be great if we could just punch them. Now, I don't know, unfortunately my ally Venice here made it to Ragusa first, and they have strategic interest in Ragusa, if I remember correctly. Why do I not? What am I doing wrong? Oh, that's the button I need to press. Oh, they swapped that to extra interest, yeah. Interesting. So we declared it as vital interest when we went to war, and Venice had it strategic. So I'd hope that the Venetians might give it to us. They will not, though. Now, I don't think I can piece out Ferrara here and take Ragusa. I'm not even... well, it's not controlled by any of my allies. As long as we don't control it, I don't think we have any options here. And even afterwards, if Venice controls it, I don't see how we could possibly have a chance. What we can do is piece them out, breaking any dangerous alliances they might have, and then punch them again. However, we don't have any claims. And the lack of claims means that we don't really... well, we could attack them, but we'd have to do a no-CB war. And I'd rather like to avoid it, especially with our stability cost. Currently have a stability cost modifier of, I don't know, 200% or something stupid. A lot. Yeah, we need 211 power to do it, instead of the usual 100. And it would cost us 2 staff, I believe, to do a no-CB war. So that feels very much not like the thing we want to do. But I don't see... I mean... how close are we to the H objective? Relatively close. We're gonna have Renaissance in our places soonish. And we'll go even faster. The reason this is important is that we can get claims bordering claims. And with that, we would be able to fabricate our way through to there. Now, I don't remember if naval adjacency counts for claims bordering claims. Like, can I fabricate on Ancona and then fabricate on Ragusa? That I don't know. What I could do is once we have Ferrara, we fabricate on Zara here, and then Spoleto, and then this. Or maybe I can even go Ferrara, Spoleto, Ragusa, something like that. It's certainly an option. We should keep an eye on that opportunity. But that's neither here nor there. Austria declare on Serbia, that's unfortunate. Because that means we probably won't be able to eat them. Unless Austria went in over the head, but I don't think the Serbian alliances were... Yeah, no. There's nothing. So Austrian neighbors will probably be a thing, and that's unfortunate. The Venetian troops or boats are not doing taunts for us, but they are, in fact... eating up the Ragusan navy, which might in turn help us if we do actually get to do that Ragusan war later on. That would be nice. Another thing that this war did, for sure, is it threw Ragusa out of the Venetian Trade League. Which technically might give us the opportunity to invite Ragusa into our trade league. Now, they're not going to like us much after this war, so I don't know how much that's actually going to do for us, but it's possible it does something. Now, this... Wait, are you going to attach? Don't attach to me. Go away. Maybe you can go and kill those guys over there and take my fort back or something. Or maybe you can stop sieging Ragusa, that would be great. They're not going to. Unless something really weird happens. I don't think there's any way we see them doing that. Tech? What is this tech? Mil tech. I will take it. Military tactics. Yeah, certainly will. It will increase the cost of our upkeep. So military upkeep cost scales with military technology you have. But it will give us extra tactics, and tactics are huge. We forced Hissen Kaifer to break their alliance to Karaman. Now, in one way I get why you would be doing that, because you're trying to attack Karaman. But frankly, Hissen Kaifer is probably not your actual threat, Mr. Ottoman. Not sure why you would do this. Oh well, it is your choice. What do I do with my diplomats? I could start preparing some claims boarding claims thing. Right? I spy on the Venetians now, so that once we take Ferrara, we can immediately, or soon after, claim Zara. And then when we have the H objective, we go and claim, or Spoleto maybe, and then go claim Ragusa as fast as possible. It seems like an option. How are we doing otherwise? We have a bunch of claims around our own countryside. And we did break this alliance. Last time I checked, the Pope was not into defending, and they're still not. So we should probably prepare for this war as well. And yes, Italian expansion does nothing for increasing the value of the node, but it does increase our power in the node, our money in our general power base, especially if we take Firenze here and Pisa, right? Taking Ferrara will not give us any useful trade power, but this will. At least money-wise, right? So that's quite juicy land. It's not in the HRE anymore, so the aggressive expansion, while bad, will not be utterly horrendous. So I think we should very much consider doing this sooner rather than later. Obviously we don't have any manpower. Still making okay money, even though we're paying for a bunch of forts, which at least the Genoan fort we don't really need to pay for at this time. I'm considering mercenaries. That's why I'm thinking about money here. If I declare war, what are we talking about? We're talking 12,000 people. 11,000 people. Math is difficult. So if I were to run... First of all, I have more than that. And I also... have the ability to recruit mercenaries. Is that true? Is there a company available for a price that's affordable? Yes, the free company, as always. Gives us 4 extra infantry. It's probably good enough. I mean, something like these guys would be huge. The Morlocks, 3 siege pips, huge. But they cost a crud ton of money. I could in fact afford them, which is tempting. But I don't think we need them. We could run them for a long time. But then again, we're not getting much extra punching power. Extra military punching power. The general is not that hard, other than the siege and the maneuver. And we get the same amount of people we get from the free company. I believe they have some sort of modifier going on, but I keep not finding where I can see that modifier. I think they have like reduced manpower recovery or something. I don't know. Same price as the Morlocks would be the Stratiotti, which is more, no, same amount of people, more manpower. But anybody bringing like a great general at that price? I mean, Paul von Hesse-Kassel here is, he's pretty powerful. 7 combat pips and 2 siege pips, same price. So Reisläufer, if we actually do need that kind of oomph, would be an option. Venice, could you deal with these fudges here for me? No, there's only one reason well, no, there are 2 reasons I'm not piecing out. One reason is Ferrara wouldn't do it. That's, I guess, the main reason. The other reason is that I still have a tiny bit of hope that we might be able to get Ragusa. I don't think we can, but there's a shimmer of hope. So, the real question is, do I bring my people home now? I feel like I do. Yeah, we might have separatists in Cephalonia, Athens, Lesbos, Scio. But I have my fort in Moria protecting most of the stuff. It's not like I can quickly react to like spawn in Lesbo anyway. And maybe these rebels are even going to spawn while the Venetians are here and they're going to help me. Wouldn't that be nice? So I think I'm going to start boating my people over. It's somewhat risky because of this. So I think I'm going to try a manual transport of my troops here. Let's get you over there. Let's do Achaia. While you guys are waiting, should you suppress? Not sure. Right, for one, I mean, obviously if the Venetians don't help me, I want this to take as long as possible for those guys to spawn, so I don't have to deal with that and the war against Florence. But if they do spawn soon, then I'd rather have it happen while we're still at war. So the Venetians might help me. You got converted, you're slightly less unhappy now, that's nice. And you're gonna be not unhappy at all next month because that active missionary is gonna go away. I wonder, if we do another conversion, I'd rather it not be any Orthodox people. But we don't have that option, really. I mean, we could do Corinth or Achaia, but either way, the Orthodox Zealots would rise up more. But if I don't convert for a moment, then there should not be any more Orthodox Zealots, I don't believe. And these should drop to 0, I think. We'll see, let's give it a month or two. And I'm gonna try and do a transport here. Attach. Get to Genoa. Keep an eye on that Ragusan fleet, they're not moving out. Okay. Safe. For now. It would be kind of ironic. Is it ironic? Probably is. Ottomans. No. A war on Karaman? What? If the Venetians took the siege of Ragusa and threw out the Ragusan fleet, which would then attack my transport boats because of it. So for that reason, I'm going to wait a monthly tick here to see if we see Ragusan boats coming out. If you don't, yeah, there's the surrender. So that's peace, right? Yeah, that's our option for peace. Now I could give Ragusa to Venice. I don't want to do that. I could make Ragusa a Venetian. Oh, if I were to separate peace you, I could vassalize you, but only for Venice, right? Yeah. There's no force into Trade League button, is there? I'm thinking we don't do anything to them. Oh, you're guaranteed by the Ottomans. Now, I believe a guarantee does not have the same regional restriction that a warning does, right? So, if I declared war, even though they are not bordering the Ottomans, I would still get into war with the Ottomans, which I don't want to do. So maybe what we do is a separate peace for break that guarantee with the Ottomans. That. I know it's not Ragusa guaranteeing the Ottomans. And do you have an alliance? You have that alliance to Ferrara, which I don't give a hoot about. And Albania, which might actually be useful. Are you any powerful? Probably not. No. Yeah, you can keep your alliance to Albania, because then I might be able to pick up Albania in the same war, which would be nice. So, sue for peace. I'm not going to take trade power or war reps or anything, because I want the shortest peace deal possible, while still getting the Ottomans out of the picture, obviously, so that we can come back as ASAP. Merely for themselves, merely for themselves. It's a shame that we can't take it here, but we were not as fast as the Venetians, and it was to be expected. So I'm not like utterly pained by that or anything. Now there's still the Ferraran boats, which are not getting pushed out of the port, interestingly enough. They buy fleet basing rights. Huh. Well, let's get my troops over there. Listen. Your transports are right there. You don't need to walk onto them. Attach. Oh, I did the wrong thing, maybe? Okay. Anyway, this is fine. Works out. Get you over there. Now, peace to you. I want all of this. Costs me a tiny bit of dip, but not a lot. Gives me a tiny bit of recursive expansion, but not a lot. It's going to cost me admin to core, which I really don't swim in, but, you know. Do I take your ducats? Probably not. I don't get most of the ducats. I don't want Venice to have the ducats. Whereas I want the ducats. I think that's... what's the clear? Shift and right mouse button. Thank you. So we just do this. Expand our power base nicely. Fulfill our mission. Which gives me claims. Ooh. And mercantilism. Feast in Ferrara. Now what claims did I just get? What's the entire Dalmatia? Hello. Screw fabricating on Venice. Come home. No, Ragusa. You're not into being in my trade league. You could make that -10 go away. Because we consider their provinces to be of vital interest. But yeah, they're not into it. Do I keep that declared? No, let's undeclare it. There's no need to... Wait, is this me? No, this is me. There's no need to have Ragusa declared as vital interest now. It didn't work anyway. And then do we go straight up? No, we still have to land our troops here. But then I think we straight up go for you unless some alliance thing happens that I don't like. Oh. Somehow Venice is no longer interested in that alliance. Whoa. They desire Ferrara, minus 115. Okay. Okay, we have a relation slot open. Anybody want to be my friend? Diplo Macroville Alliance. A lot of people want to be my friends. Anybody relevant? Brandenburg. QQ. What do I get from a QQ alliance? Muscovy. No, Muscovy is very tempting to me. They are powerful. They're currently fielding 44,000 people in their war against the Great Horde. And they should look very scary to everybody. And they shouldn't get into any wars. I don't say any. They shouldn't get into too difficult a war for me. Do you have any good allies? No. That's the one issue, right? If they get into war with like Poland and Lithuania, or the Danes, or the Ottomans, then... But yeah, that seems like an alliance I want to take, doesn't it? No, they are at war. Are they going to call me into that war? It's a plus 25 war. Would it matter? I mean, obviously I don't want to be at war with the Horde right now because my troops aren't there. But if I were to go and say that all these Horde provinces over here really should be mine, that should not be interfering with their opinion. And I mean, let's give it like a click. But I do want to declare my other war, so we should go now. Yeah. Let's go and ask them to be friends. They're 25 exactly. I don't know if it needs to be more than 25, so they don't ask me. But I'll offer an alliance. Go. And mainly, I'm not... It's possible that we make use of their troops in some war, but that's not what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for numbers to make us look scary, so Mr. O doesn't feel the need to eat me. The need to eat. And now I think I'm gonna go immediately and declare war on the Florentians. Because they have Pisa and Firenze and I guess Arezzo too. And I want all of those things. Now, do I immediately bring those mercenaries? I'm quite tempted. Because that way we can use them to do some sieges, lose a little less of our non-existent manpower. Seems kinda good. Also, we're gonna dominate the fights. And I can see sitting on those mercenaries for a while. But we have 7 professionalism. Well, 7 is an awkward number anyway. I should be using some of my professionalism to get manpower. But if I use it now... I forget what this calculation is based on, but this grows. Probably on your country's development. So if I had more development, then I would get more for pressing the button. So I shouldn't be pressing it unless I need it. I don't feel like I need it right now. The other reason to press it would be if I could avoid losing professionalism from hiring mercenaries. But since we had 7, and I don't think the hiring of mercenaries is going to cost me more than 2 professionalism. Now where does it say? Now this is the price because of my professionalism. But where does it say how much professionalism I lose for hiring those mercenaries? Let's look that up real quick. if I had a browser open, which I do not for some wicked reason. EU for mercenaries. Wiki, yes, I take the redirect link and then I look for professionalism on the page. Streltsy, blah 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 blah. I'm professionalism and drilling. Here's what it does. Certain actions that recruiting mercenaries decreases professionalism by -5% per mercenary company. Okay, so we definitely want to spend our professionalism first. Is what I'm hearing. Because we're going to lose 5% professionalism, so yeah. Let's go ahead and go into our military screen here, select recruitment standards, grab all that nice manpower. And then, yeah, I think I am going to hire the free company with the idea of keeping them around for a while. I think I'll hire them here. And that should mean that we now have 0 professionalism. Which is not true. Maybe it will happen once they are officially hired. We'll see. We'll see. I declare this war before the Pope thinks that it would be a good idea to join after all. And then do we quickly go and crush Bologna? I think we do. And we can't crush their army, unfortunately, here. And they are trying to flank around. Let's not have that happen. I will take a battle in Lucca, I think. It's farmlands, yes. The real question is, do I bring in my mercs? They don't bring a lot of morale, which is why I'm hesitating. I think I'm not. Well, obviously I'm not now. Okay, are we getting crushed? No, we're not. Alright, we did lose quite a few troops. We killed more than we lost, but we still lost. You're running home to Bologna. So you can kill these guys in Bologna. You can check whether we can kill these guys in Firenze. We cannot. I think I'll have my mercenaries deal with the siege of Bologna. And then you guys can wait for a moment for that Florentian guy to log in. I can't see him anymore, but I assume he's logged in by now. There we go. Saluzzo left our trade league because they wanted to. Oi, Saluzzo. We don't need you in our trade league anymore, but I mean need. There's need and then there's need, right? Shift consolidate, take out the 0s, take out the 2s. Put back in one of the knights because we're below the 9,000 people needed. Get you guys home to recover. And then I wonder whether I should swap this around. Probably should. The siege of Firenze is going to take longer than the siege of Bologna. Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering where the siege general is best. I'm trying to minimize attrition. I'm thinking that if I were to siege down Bologna faster, it would allow me to use the mercenaries in Bologna to siege Firenze earlier. But I don't know if that math actually checks out or makes any difference. One advantage is that right now I'm over capping the siege of Bologna. Yeah, I have too many people sieging, right? So what we should be doing is we want to be grabbing 4 of these people, set them over to Bologna. That's going to stop my siege of Firenze for a moment. But now I take my mercenaries and put them on this siege. And now I can take a bunch of guys out of you, so we only need 5. Well, a bunch of guys. I can take 1 guy out. If you maybe take... No, I can't have you take Pisa or anything right now. Or ever. So you just go home, or maybe to Lucca. Be there for backup. So now we have 10-ish, over 9,000. It's over 9,000 people sieging Firenze, most of which are mercenaries. And over 3,000, so 4,000 people sieging down Bologna. So no extra units we don't need. Our horse is not taking attrition. It saves us a bunch of money. I'm happy with that. I'm wondering whether the process here is stopped, but it doesn't seem to be. No. The process could have been halted of coring Ferrara if the Florentines, these people had military access, had a claim there, but they do not. So it's fine. We're gonna have a rebel uprising happening, and my plan to cut down those Orthodox separatists did not work out because Maria still has unrest. Huh. We do have a bunch of war exhaustion. But I thought it said something like 3 point something early, and it had a -6 still in there from the, or +6 in there from the missionary. But maybe it was just showing up in the list, but was not actually counted anymore. Now we could go and throw around some autonomy to make these not happen. I'm wondering whether that's gonna be better than having to go back there and fight these guys again. Autonomy is not too bad on the trade power, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's only half autonomy that hurts trade power, yeah. So it might be okay to go around giving out some autonomy. We could reduce most of this to 0. Not Athens and Cephalonia though, so the Greeks would still happen. We could stop these Orthodox, but they're slow. Why are you this peeved? Overextension, unity, separatism, intolerance. Intolerance? Show you intolerant. Could we afford to buy down war exhaustion? I mean, we have the points. I just don't like doing it. At all. Because war exhaustion does go down by its own over time. But I could spend 150 deb to get -4 and rest. And I could then spend a bunch of autonomy here to get to essentially no issue with rebels. That might be worth it. Not saying I like it, because I don't like it, but it might be worth it. I think I'll do it. What do we need dib for? If we were to need dib, it would be for trade ideas. I haven't talked about ideas this episode because we didn't have to. And I want to give you guys some more time to digest what I said last episode and to talk to me about it in the comments. But we're gonna have to talk ideas, and it's extreme. I mean, I will have trade ideas this campaign. I don't think there's any way around that. I also don't think it's gonna be my first idea group. It might have to be though. Fudge. We have to get that Genoan trade node to power in 30 years. And trade ideas is a great way to do it. Much better than plutocratic at doing it. Even though, yes, goods produce is excellent for it, and caravan power is excellent for it, and the extra merchant is excellent. It's just excellent. Don't get me wrong. But 20% just flat out trade power, those extra merchants, steering, it's just very good. Now I'm talking myself out of it, and I don't like it. What does it mean to have rebels rise up here? They're going to spread their stupid ideas in Lesbos. Things that so many places I would have to give autonomy to. That doesn't seem worth it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, alright? Just not. I'm going to rely on the Fort Moria to protect me somewhat in Constantinople. And we'll have some of that stupid separatism spread around. And I won't be able to fix it. The 3 leagues are preparing to attack Switzerland. What has the world come to? Disgusting. Now, unfortunately, I can't really do anything to stop these people from recovering their troops. So we'll probably have another battle. And that's no fun. But hey, what don't you do for some expansion? Interesting question might be whether we want to take Bologna too. Probably not, as it is in the Venice node. It's probably admin and drugs of expansion that we just don't need to have. On the other hand, any completely different thought. But any Catholics we get into our empire reduce our religious unity problem. That's kind of nice. And let's do that as the last action in this campaign, this episode, because we have to put a cut in here, is whether I can offer you knowledge sharing. I could, but you currently would lose money for it. We should go back to that once Muscovy's at peace, and they can maybe afford it, because that would be awesome if we could just sell more knowledge to our Muscovite friends. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Anybody else that wants to buy my knowledge, just out of curiosity? Is that an economic action? No. Ghazi's closed for some reason. Oh well. Thank you folks for watching. If you have anything to say to me, then that comment section would be a great place to do it. If you like what you're seeing, then hitting that like button would be a great thing, as well as subscribing if you haven't done that yet, because, you know, you get notifications and stuff. Also, it makes me feel good, makes YouTube know that I'm interesting, and it makes people like Paradox know that people are interested in watching my stuff, which might mean that I get access to early stuff, preview access to things, and all that. So yeah, just do it. Just go. Thank you for watching. See you folks next time.